Hi, today we're going to be looking at how to do a Daytona USA jump start. Okay, so in this series of videos, I'll be trying my best to go through step by step at every part or every step of the way in Daytona USA, how to improve your timing and the gameplay in Daytona USA. So, of course, the very first thing that all players need to learn about Daytona USA would be the jump start, and some people call it the rocket start. Now, the rocket start or the jump start provides the player with a boost for the first few seconds of the game, right? So this would help you generally to take a lead at the start. Okay, so without further ado, let's look at it. Okay, so this is the pre-jump start over here, and as you can see, there's actually a countdown timer here. So of course you'll count down from 3, 2, 1, followed by a go. Now, okay, so the moment, right, you see the countdown over this, over here for this part, 3, 2, 1. What do you have to do? If you realize, let me bring your attention to the speedometer over there, over here. Look at this part over here. Okay, so if you can see and if you realize, the meter is actually placed in between 6 and 7 over here, in between 6 and 7. Right, so how do we do that? So placing the meter between 6 and 7 will put you in a very good state to do a perfect jump start. Right, so if you can see over here, this is the speedometer. 5 is in the center, 4 is here, 6, 7, 8. So you can see the meter should be in between 6 and 7. Okay, preferably closer to 7, but do not pass 7. Right, so let me bring the link for you. When the timer is counting down, before it reaches go, right, you must bring the meter to a position between 6 and 7 on the speedometer. Right, and how do we do so? Okay, so very simply, first you just step onto the brake, step, brake. Next you step, okay, sorry, let me just make some edits here. Let me just specify step, brake fully, and then you step, accelerator, and find the point. You do not step the accelerator fully. You slowly release the accelerator until the meter reaches or stays between 6 and 7. Okay, so I repeat again. For a jump start, when it's counting down, 3, 2, 1, you actually step the brake fully with your left foot, and with your right foot, you adjust the accelerator or step it to a point where the meter is in between 6 and 7. And all this is being done while the brake is being stepped on fully onto the floor. Now, the moment you see the word go over here, the moment you see the word go, what do you need to do? For a start, for beginners, you may just release the brake immediately. Alright, and you can slowly step onto the accelerator. Okay, so this is actually the countdown, 3, 2, 1. So this is what I'm saying over here. The moment you see the word go, you must release the brake immediately and step down or floor the accelerator. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, for beginners, it's not so crucial for you to floor the accelerator immediately. But what you need to do would be to release the brake immediately first. The accelerator can come later. Alright? But of course, you do not release the accelerator. You can slowly step the accelerator downwards. Right? And if you realize over here, the moment you see the word go, and over here display, you can see his speedometer has already. You can see his speed is already around 51 to 52 km per hour. So this is the power of jump start, right? Okay, now after you jump start, what do you need to do? Of course, that will be to wait for the correct time to change the gear or the correct speed to change the gear. Right, so we would recommend you to change your speed or your gear from gear 1 to gear 2 at a speed of around 110 km per hour. Alright, of course I forgot to mention earlier, for a jump start, the gear must be placed at gear number 1 position. Alright, okay, so at 110 km per hour, you will switch from gear 1 to gear 2. Alright, and at around 180 kilometers per hour, it would signal, right, for you to change from gear 2 to gear 3. And last but not least, at around 250 km per hour. I'm just giving you an approximation. Okay, at around 250 kilometers per hour, you will switch from gear 3 to gear 4. And off you go, right? So basically for today's tutorial, or in this video, we have actually looked at a few simple but important tricks in Daytona USA. Alright, let me just recap again. For doing the countdown, phase 3, 2, 1, during this phase you need to bring the meter in between position 6 and position 7 of the speedometer. Alright, and how do you do so? You do so by stepping the brake fully, and when you see, and also adjusting the accelerator to the correct point. The moment you see the word go, you release the accelerator you release the brake and floor the accelerator. Alright, so this will give you a successful jump start. If you didn't catch it for the first few times, not to worry. Okay, practice makes perfect. It's all about the timing. Right, so at gear okay, so and also you change from gear 1 to gear 2 at approximately 110 km per hour, gear 2 to gear 3 at approximately 180 km per hour, and gear 3 to gear 4 at approximately 250 km per hour. This would ensure that you have the fastest speed possible. That means the car wouldn't have to waste time to pick up speed at an inappropriate or lower gear. Okay, so you maximize the speed at every single gear before you move to the next gear. So with that, thank you. I hope you learned something new today.